hell you doing? It's time for podcast. I hope
The what podcast?
the WULFF DEN Podcast.
Yeah, that one.
I had to read it. Hi guys, how you
Hey.
doing? Oh, doing good. I spent maybe 3 hours trying to move everything over to a new computer,
Mm-hmm.
and then I learned that computer doesn't turn on, so I had to do it. I had to put it all back right before the podcast. I'm very proud of myself. Also, that camera is
That's a different camera.
It's a different camera.
Yes.
I was gonna say new is actually a very old camera.
Right.
So if I look paler than usual,
He's sick.
it's because it's a new camera, and I'm always that pale. All the other cameras are adjusted
That's
accordingly.
actually lifelike.
Yes. Anyway, thank you, Mr. A Game. Thank you so much. Biscuits, thanks for the 3 months. Also, Edward Bova, thanks for the 6 months and always being here. And Blackbird, thanks for the 33 months. Anyway, it's time for some news.
Yes.
And so much happened last week.
So much happened, and by that, Bob always means not a lot happened.
No, Pokemon
Day happened. That's like the only important thing that happened.
Yeah. Last week we said that there would not be what did we say? We said there wouldn't be any Pokemon Legends ZA footage.
You said that.
Yes. You agreed.
Did I?
Well,
I said there would have to be something.
you agreed by not telling me I was wrong. Pokemon Legends, I at least said that there wouldn't be any Pokemon Legends ZA footage because why would they show Switch 2 footage? They would want to save that for the Switch 2 reveal. Completely neglected the fact that the Pokemon company does not give a shit about the new cool console that's coming out. Pokemon Legends ZA is a Switch 1 game.
Yeah.
So we got footage.
Well, if I remember correctly, it was announced as being part of the Switch family of consoles.
Correct.
So that leads people to believe that will also be a Switch 2 game.
I could not find that language.
Okay.
The language in the trailer was the Nintendo Switch systems,
Okay.
which is fine. But I remember hearing Nintendo Switch family of systems. And then I saw on Reddit other people were saying Nintendo Switch family of systems. Maybe they changed the trailer and didn't say anything.
Maybe.
Regardless, other people were saying they've always said that.
Mm-hmm.
When they're talking about Switch OLED, Switch regular, and Switch Lite.
Yeah.
I've never heard any company ever say that.
Yeah.
There was one indie game that said that.
Yeah.
But it was that's why it was so jarring when the Pokemon company said that.
Usually when it's, Switch, they just say the Nintendo Switch. They don't specify like all the different types of Switches.
Yeah, that's why it was weird when they said that.
Right.
I didn't think that they meant it would be on the Switch 2 via backwards compatibility.
Right.
That's what they're getting at when they're saying the Nintendo Switch family of systems or Nintendo Switch systems. They also mean the Switch 2 via backwards compatibility. So Pokemon Legends ZA, brand new game coming out this year. Looks like a Switch 1 game, gonna be a Switch 1 game. Play it on your Switch 2, probably no advancements whatsoever, but we don't know that for sure yet. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the Pokemon stuff that happened, but before that, there's some PlayStation Plus games.
Yes!
Hi, I'm pale. Hi.
We're now in March. Shit. But it's the beginning of March.
So fast. And here's Tiger Woods. 5 pictures of Tiger Woods.
But that's not the free games you're getting this month for PlayStation Plus if you're subscribed to any tier of PlayStation Plus. Starting today, you are getting Dragon Age The Veilguard on PS5, Sonic Colors Ultimate on PS4, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection on PS4 and PS5.
Did we know about Dragon Age?
No.
I might have saw a tweet about it because it is interesting that is hitting PlayStation Plus so quickly.
Yeah.
That is a brand new game.
It's a very recent game. My understanding is it reviewed very well, but it didn't sell very well. Fans didn't like it because of the woke. But here's your chance to play it and see that what all your fears are blown out of proportion.
Yeah, I don't. People who played it said they liked it.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. It's not my type of game.
I did recently.
Cowabunga Collection, though.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's some
and
good
Sonic Colors. That's pretty cool.
I recently booted up Sonic Colors because my daughter is getting into gaming. And by that, I mean she sits in my lap while I play Spider-Man 2. And by play Spider-Man 2, she wants me to throw Spider-Man in the water and watch him swim.
Okay.
You know.
Interesting.
Exactly what Spider-Man is known for.
All right.
But she saw I had Sonic Colors, so I booted that up and I played it again for a little bit. And it's a lot of fun. It's definitely one of the better 3D Sonic games. And this is a good remaster of it after they fixed it, which they most certainly did.
Look at how ugly Leonardo is.
Yeah.
What is going on?
That's the great thing about like the Cowabunga collection is like it takes all the art from like all the Konami games because it's a collection of like 13 of the Konami Ninja Turtles games, and like the artwork back then was like just wild 90s artwork.
Yeah,
so good stuff.
So if you got PlayStation Plus, you got some games.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool that you're getting a brand new BioWare.
Yeah, a brand new BioWare game. So it's like a 100-hour RPG. You're getting, Sonic Colors is only like a 5-hour game, so you can just blaze through that. And Cowabunga Collection, I hope you like beat 'em ups because you're about to get 13 of them.
13? Does it have the Game Boy ones?
Yes.
Damn, dude. Might give it a try just to see how that works. All right, so there's your free PlayStation games for the month of March.
Yes.
We just got a Switch game last week. What, right? Or Switch Online?
I think we got a demo of FC25. The
week-long trial. And we also recently got WarioWare game.
Yes.
And some random bullshit NES game.
Yes.
So there's plenty of stuff.
Yeah.
Plenty of stuff.
Or is there? Foreshadowing.
Pokemon Day.
All right, let's get it started. Let's go down the list of everything they announced. Starting it off, a new trailer for the much anticipated Pokemon Legends ZA. Set in.
They started with that? Oh, shut up, Pikachu.
Well, this is just what the Pokemon website is.
Okay.
Going down the list.
So that's the important thing.
Yes.
Hey man, looks like a Switch game.
It does.
A lot of people like the Legend series.
It's only 2 games.
The Legend series is currently 1 game. Yeah. Arceus. But people liked it because it was different.
Yes.
I personally don't think it was different enough.
Right.
I feel like they could have gone a little further with it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's still a janky, like, it's still not an excuse for a AAA game. Like it's the biggest franchise in the world. They could have done a little more with it. That being said, they took it a little further with this.
Yeah.
I haven't liked the Pokemon game since I was 9. So I don't know if I'm going to like this. I don't think they're going to take it far enough again. But I was seeing some stuff from other Pokemon people who were dissecting it. And it looked pretty interesting. But I don't know. I don't know what. I mean, maybe I'll need something to play on my Switch too. But I'm not sure how far into this I'm going to go.
Yeah, I don't know. It does, like you said, it doesn't look that different enough from it looks more like what a modern day Pokemon game should be, but still not different enough from like a mainline Pokemon game that I would want to jump to the front of the line to play it,
Yeah, it looks like Pokemon lately has been looking more and more like the bargain bin at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Like those games you'd see at like the checkout counter.
Yeah. Like, just looking from the trailer again, like this looks better than that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like it's still not enough, I think, for me to like dive in. I would have to like see more of it, maybe read reviews, maybe see what AJ says, because he's the only person I trust when it comes to Pokemon.
Yeah. Yes. But he likes Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like Pokemon anymore.
I was thinking like I just want like the classic games, but like faster. Not so much of the like admin, not so much of like the grinding and like the busy work.
My biggest problem is the quality of life stuff.
Yeah.
So when Pokemon Platinum, was that it? The last remake that they did?
I think so.
No, Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
When Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out, and when Arceus came out, I think I was doing the Nintendo podcast at the time, and I had to write down all of the things that I didn't like about it because there's so many little things that it all adds up, and almost all of it is stupid quality of life stuff that would be way better. Like people who play the retro games through emulators, they're fast forwarding the whole time. Why not just give us that option?
Yeah,
you know. Why do I have to mash the A button through every single little dialogue thing? All the dialogue is for like a little kid who doesn't know how to read.
Yeah.
So it's all slow and monotonous. It's a lot of menus, which is what RPGs are, but like streamline the menus.
Yeah.
Especially with Arceus because it's supposed to be more real time.
Yeah.
It's less turn based, more real time. It's still turn based, but it's less turn based.
Yeah.
And like even those menus aren't streamlined enough for me. So maybe this will change that. But I have little faith in Pokemon because I haven't liked the Pokemon games since like Heart Gold.
I wouldn't put my eggs in this basket. I would say hopefully maybe the next like mainline Pokemon game, whatever double game they come out with later. Because I think on some level they have to understand that like people are getting fed up with the games as a whole. I think Scarlet and Violet was like a wake-up call, if not to Pokemon, then to Nintendo. Because like this is essentially a first-party Nintendo property, and it's below the standards of a Nintendo first-party title. Yeah. And I think just the success of Pal World alone, I think, showed them that like people are hungry for a new form of Pokemon.
I agree,
regardless of what the quality of Pal World as a whole, like it's a Pokemon like, and people like flocked to it because it was something unique and different.
I wonder if there was enough time between that releasing and this, for them to
probably
get
not
it polished out.
That's why I'm saying wait until the next mainline game. For like the next true Pokemon experience. I mean, hopefully they take elements from Legends and put it in the mainline game.
Yeah, so the Legends series is their chance to like flex a little bit and get a little weird with it. I think they're afraid to get too weird with the mainline series.
Yeah,
because they want to keep.
Yeah,
and I understand to a certain extent, like they don't want to change it too much because then people are gonna get pissy about it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a Legends game in like a big city like this.
Yeah,
like, I like the city environment. And this trailer looks really cool. I think that there's a lot of cool effects. The graphics look really good. The fighting looks good. It's the Arceus style where you get to run around.
Yeah,
you're in like a confined space. It almost looks like the fighting game.
Oh, Pokken tournament.
Yeah, it almost looks like Pokken. Worse graphics somehow.
Yeah,
that's a Wii U game.
Yeah,
but you're in a confined space. I think the Pokemon, there's like a delay in their attacks, but you can like load up it's real time turn based. Whatever you call it. So I don't know. I have to play it because this is just a trailer. It's going to try to make it look as cool as possible.
Yeah,
I get it. I mean, when we saw Pokemon Scarlet, the trailers even had bad frame rates.
Yeah,
it even ran bad in the trailers. This had. It's not nearly as bad.
Yeah,
they're still in the beginning. I saw a little bit of jankiness, but for the most part, it looked fine. I've seen a lot of jankiness in a lot of trailers.
Yeah,
and it looked fine here. I think Monster Hunter has like some choppy trailers. That apparently people love.
Yeah, I heard good things about it.
That's another game I can't do. I've played the last 3 Monster Hunter games, and each time I've hated it, but I played like a decent amount. I like got sucked in. Anyway, this guy's always got the fit.
Yeah,
I like this.
Good tie.
Anyway, is there a blurb on this game?
Game shows off more of its adventures set in Lumio City with Chikorita, T-Pig, and Totodile as your first partner Pokemon. You'll start off on a sightseeing tour of the city where an urban redevelopment plan is underway to shape Luminos into a place that belongs to both people and Pokemon. Discover some of the people and Pokemon you'll encounter on your journey and learn about the power of Mega Evolution.
Yeah, there's Mega Evolution.
Right.
Also, 2 of the starters are from Gen.
I was gonna say these are the Gen 2 starters, right?
2 of them.
Chikorita
they got rid of
and
Cyndaquil.
Okay.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
They were just like, nah, Cyndaquil, you don't get to be there.
Yeah, because T-Pig is he from, what gen is he from? He's a fire type. Oh, he's from Black and White.
It's very strange that they mixed
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, what the hell?
I
actually liked Cyndaquil.
Yeah, he was like the one in that generation.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Central Leaks tweeted some stuff that I thought was interesting. Some interesting observations about the new battle systems. Attacks aren't performed immediately, as after being selected, the Pokemon must prepare for it and an animation plays, giving time for the opposing Pokemon to evade. Maybe this is now what the speed stat is for.
Okay.
So there's like a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
And also there's like a wind up for them to like get ready to do their move. I don't know. I don't even remember how it worked in Arceus. You can't spam attacks. You must wait until the animation attack fully ends before using a new one. That's how real-time turn-based works, right? Am I using the right word? Like, what's Final Fantasy? What do you call that?
I honestly...
The newer Final Fantasy.
It's more real-time than previous. I know you can like issue commands and stuff. I think it's technically real-time now.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, help us.
Willow Davis says, as everyone else said, Cyndaquil was in the last one. Dumbass. Okay, well that doesn't mean they got to use the other ones from the same generation. The reason it's interesting is because I'll explain this to you, fucking Willow. I gotta write it down like I'm talking to a fucking 7-year-old. 2 of them are from the same generation instead of having each one be from a different generation.
Yes.
Do I have to spell that out?
What?
He's from New Jersey, so you gotta fucking write it in crayon. Also, PP has been removed, just like Willow Davis. PP has been removed. So anyway. Anything else, Willow? I'm gonna pin him so every time he talks, I'll have it right here. Also, there's a blue line that marks the border. Yeah, we know that. We pointed that out before. I don't think anything else from Central Leaks. Also, Central Leaks has been wrong about things. They're kind of just analyzing it, but they're big Pokemon people, so I don't. I'm just regurgitating what they say because I don't fucking know how to parse this information.
Mm-hmm.
On Pokemon Legends ZA, you now get XP twice when defeating the Pokemon and when catching it. Yes, Pokemon you defeat can still be caught. Oh, I think in the last one, you if you defeat them, just like every Pokemon, if they go to sleep and then you can't catch them.
Okay.
But in this one, it looks like you can kill them and then still capture
them.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Brandon, thanks for the $3 Canadian. Hey, Bob, congrats on the big news. I don't know what.
Are you pregnant? Okay.
I have no idea.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Majin Jameson, thanks for the 33 months. LMNOP, thanks for the Prime. We don't say that anymore. GNS, thanks for the Prime. Mr. Game and Tech, thanks for the 11 months. Everybody stop congratulating me. Nothing happened. Anyway. Where I'm reading the chat to see if anyone has anything good to say.
Should I go on?
The open world environment is what still looks like ass. I think it looks fine, but I'm giving it that Pokemon buffer. Like I'm giving them a break because it's Pokemon. Like if Monster Hunter released and it looked like that, I'd be like, what the hell, dude? You can't do that anymore.
Right.
So, I mean, other people pointed out in the chat, I think the title of this is, what is it? What do I call it? Is Pokemon worth playing again? And
mainline? Like the big releases?
Yeah, like this.
I don't know.
People were pointing out that, I'm having a stroke.
I mean, look, there were other things announced at the Pokemon Presents that isn't Legends ZA. There's Pokemon Champions, a new battle game that is cross-platform on Switch and mobile devices. It's compatible with Pokemon Home, so you can bring in your Pokemon from other games. That's cool. That might be worth.
Let's go into that one.
Okay.
There was a trailer for that, but it didn't really show anything like at all. It was like a nostalgia bait trailer.
Pokemon Champions is a new title that brings everything you love about Pokemon battles into one space. It will feature a new take on familiar mechanics, allowing rich, varied strategies for new and experienced fans alike. Players will be able to bring in Pokemon from Pokemon Home and engage in cross-platform battles on Switch and mobile devices.
I'm annoyed at this because the trailer is showcasing every generation of Pokemon.
Right.
You see guys playing on a Game Boy. Now you're seeing guys playing on an N64. Now you're seeing guys playing on a Game Boy Advance. And they're playing those games.
Yeah.
The ones you cannot play anymore. The ones you cannot purchase.
Right.
Pokemon Stadium you can, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating because that's what some of us want. Like, I would be a lot more excited about this Pokemon Presents if they talked about a way for us to play those retro games.
Yeah.
Maybe I would play. I want to play Pokemon Black. Everyone says that's their favorite, and I haven't played that.
I have Heart Gold on my Amber deck.
Heart Gold is my current favorite.
I've heard that one is the one to play.
That one is very
I would rather play that on a proper DS because I don't want to like switch back and forth. But like that might be the one I like dive back into again because I feel like that's what I actually want to play. Maybe just like I'll find a ROM hack with quality of life improvements.
Yeah, I don't remember. I played it. I mean, a few years ago.
Yeah.
So like I was old when I did it, but that game, I don't remember what exactly frustrated me. Like what? I don't think there was many quality of life issues. I was
playing Fire Red a while ago while I was waiting online to go into the Criterion closet.
Okay.
And like I was enjoying that aside from all like the grinding and the slow busy work that the game makes you do.
I don't remember.
But I think I was enjoying that because I remember it. You know, I want. This is the frustrating thing with like franchise gaming. Like you want what you're used to, but in a new, unique way.
And with modern gaming injected into
Right, exactly, yeah.
It helps playing these retro games in an emulator so you could fast forward and stuff. That's what I did with Heart Gold. I don't remember what about it made me frustrated, but I'm pretty sure I enjoyed myself the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyway, this game, Pokemon Champions, is that the name of it? Yeah, Pokemon Champions. We don't know anything about it other than
what I just read.
It's about battling. You're going to be battling. So I guess it's like a versus Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, it's on mobile and Switch. It's cross-platform. You can import your Pokemon from Pokemon Home. It says now in development. That's all it says.
It, in theory, sounds cool. Yeah. Being able to play on Switch and on your phone sounds really cool. And if you can, it's got Pokemon Home support. So if you can bring Pokemon from the main games into it, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'd be interested to see what it's like bringing Pokemon from old generations into it. You can bring Pokemon from like the original games all the way up to Pokemon Home, but it's a huge pain in the ass to do it. But yeah, I like the idea a lot of playing a Pokemon game and having that Pokemon come with you between games and onto your phone and stuff. I like the idea of having a sort of cross-platform situation.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I don't know how much versus fighting I'm going to do because I don't want to play too much at the game. I've always felt doing competitive Pokemon, you got to have a level 100 Pokemon or else with like,
well, that's
and you gotta really like study the best moves that you can
and like that's what I'm talking about. Like it takes so long to like level up your Pokemon, getting to the first gym. You want to be at that level, but you're not. You got to like go back and do all the needless shit.
Well, some games, some of the Pokemon games have crazy grinding, but some don't. Some don't need it really. So, I think in Scarlet and Violet, I didn't really have to grind at all, but I did accidentally go to a gym that I definitely should not have been in. So, I'm a little interested in this game. There is currently no footage. It's just a cinematic.
No.
It's just a trailer that has a lot of cool effects, live action footage, and some cinematic footage, but it doesn't look like it's cinematic footage from the game at all.
Yeah, I think it's just an announcement trailer. Like I said, it says now in development, so like there's literally nothing to show. About it.
But it's disappointing because they're showing old games, and
it's like when Wonder Woman was revealed that it said now in development, and then it turned out like they had nothing to show because they had just started making the game, and then that got canceled, and now I'm sad.
What else is
Pokemon Day celebrations kick off in Scarlet and Violet with a collection of in-game events. You got new in-game events for the two bad Pokemon games we were just shitting on.
Okay. Any patches to fix it at all?
No, it doesn't say. Take note of the mystery gift password reveal in Pokemon Presents. Enter it in your game. You can receive a special case for your Rotom phone. Prepare for mouse outbreaks in red, green, and blue colored Pokemon. The next few weeks will also see a series of Terra Raid battles against the mighty Meowscarada, Skeledridge, and Quaquaval. Nailed it. So if you're still playing Scarlet and Violet,
why?
You got stuff to do.
Why are you doing that?
Pokemon trading card game Pocket new booster pack. The Triumphant Light is arriving. It's already arrived in Pokemon Trading Card Pocket. Will be a couple in-game events. Look for the return of Genetic Apex expansion. Also special missions you can complete to earn rewards. If you're ready to get serious and show off your battle skills, look forward to ranked matches arriving at the end of March.
People seem to be liking the.
I've heard good things about
game.
The mobile game.
I need to try that. I downloaded it and then never opened it.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I do hear it is like opening up a pack of Pokemon cards because you don't know what you're gonna get like when you get.
Yeah.
So
and that sounds cool.
I hate that.
You hate that.
I hate that.
I like gambling.
I know.
So I'm into it, but I wouldn't buy anything.
Right.
It's an in-app purchase.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of the trading card game, the actual IRL trading card game, there was a sneak peek at some new cards that'll come out in 2025, including Mega Evolutions being added to the game.
Yeah, there's Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Legends ZA.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I liked Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, Mega Evolutions are fun.
And Y and X and Y. I liked it in that. So I remember what I was going to say before when I had a stroke.
Yes.
Norby J before we even started said they were responding to the title of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Worth playing, I don't know, but last Pokemon was fastest selling Pokemon game ever, no? And that's important because we keep shitting on how these games look and how the last one was and how it's not good enough. It feels like they're just farting these things out without a care in the world.
Yes.
But they're doing that because they are selling a shit ton regardless of the quality.
They don't have to.
Yeah. So it makes a little bit of sense why it's not a Switch 2 game because it's not a showcase of the hardware and they're not even going to try.
Also, too, like the Switch 2 when it comes out, what's it going to sell? Like 4 million units, 6 million units?
Yeah.
The Switch 1 has 150 million units out right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why GTA 5 debuted on the PS3 and the 360.
Yeah.
Because like they each sold 70 million units, you know. The Xbox One and the PS4 didn't come out.
Yeah. So it makes sense to do it on the and then the next Pokemon game, maybe that'll be a Switch 2 game. And then that one hopefully will be the one with the polish.
Yeah.
I don't think this one's going to be it. I think it'll have a little bit of quality of life that's like marginally better than the last Pokemon Legends game.
Yeah.
But I think the next mainline Pokemon game, that one's got to be Switch 2 and it's got to be big and clean and good.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. Because that one will sell Switch 2s.
Yeah.
Anyway. Farting it out is kind of rude to say, guys. Some work was done on it. Yeah, not enough. It looks like fucking garbage. Look, I know that people work on these things, but it's not the fault of the guys who are tasked with like the grunt work.
Yeah.
It's the fault of the management who's like good enough, ship it, you know?
Yeah.
The scope of work should be a lot bigger than it currently is.
Yeah.
Especially given that it's the biggest franchise on the planet.
Yeah.
You could do better than your whole thing is games.
Yeah.
And you're not focusing enough on the games.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the games are for little kids. And I'm a 35-year-old man complaining about how I don't like the games.
But that said, kids also deserve good games. Like they deserve good content.
Yeah.
And not putting out a good game, regardless of who it's for, is still not a good game. And it's still, at this point, honestly insulting to your audience.
Yeah, no, so I just know that they can do a better job.
Yeah.
And they're
not.
It seems like they're purposely not doing it because they know it'll do good anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And they're better off just farting them out.
Yeah.
Biscuit says, dude, they've been on the same engine since X and Y. Maybe it's time to upgrade and use a different one. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I was trying to find a 3DS Pokemon game that wasn't 3D, but that's not a thing. They went to 3D for X and Y, and I think they've been using the same shit, the same assets and everything since then. I remember talking to Liam, the Curse to Golf guy, who's now making Denki. I forgot the name. Tanuki. The Denki Works is the company.
Yeah.
Tanuki BMX guy is the game. He said they might still be on the Pokemon Stadium engine.
Wow.
I don't think that's true, but it's a possibility.
Tanuki Pond Summer.
Tanuki Pond Summer. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And they released a new trailer with some friggin' like pop punk song.
Nice.
And he's singing it. Caleb Fox, thank you for the 30 months. Happy 30 months, Wolf Bros. Also, hi to the other Caleb Fox. Hope you're doing well. He should change his name to Caleb Fox 2.
Yeah.
Or Caleb Fox 0 if he wants to get one up on you.
Yeah. Or Caleb Fox X.
Steve Soul, thank you for the 53 months. I want Pokemon game in Unreal Engine 5 at least. Yes, that'll fix everything.
That's what everybody says they want. Pokemon in Unreal Engine 5 with realistic graphics. They want Skyrim, but it's Pokemon.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, the remakes, was in Unity.
Yes.
And it was still terrible. Felt like they took the game and just put it in Unity and didn't even play it. They just put it and then just shipped it.
And we're not even done with this.
Oh, okay.
The whole thing. Pokemon Concierge, the stop motion Netflix series,
that looks
is
good.
getting a season 2.
That looks good.
I didn't even know it came out.
It did. It's like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Like really short.
Well, it's getting a season 2. Look for that in September.
It looks awesome.
Pokemon Go is getting a global event. Pokemon Go Tour Unova kicks off on March 1st.
And Niantic is selling the whole thing.
Yes.
Getting rid of it completely.
Yeah.
So
Pokemon Masters EX. 2 new Master Sync pairs were revealed for the game. Cool. Pokemon Unite. 3 Pokemon will soon join the fray in Pokemon Unite. Be on the lookout for Suicune.
Do people play that?
Alolan, Raichu, and Alcremie.
All creamy.
All creamy. And Pokemon Sleep. You need to shake off the nightmares of Pokemon Sleep when Cressila and Darkrai clash in the upcoming event. I need to start playing Pokemon games so I know how these fucking things are pronounced.
You won't.
Because there's no voice acting.
Yeah, there's no voice acting. I remember Pokemon Sleep. I have it. It's still in my nightstand. I used it like twice.
Yeah. Okay. Pokemon Cafe Remix.
There's that too.
Yep, still that, and there's a new menu item on there. It's a jelly soda. Cool.
Cool. I can't actually drink it.
Yeah.
So.
Also, video games in the Pokemon series will now be localized in Latin America Spanish, giving even more fans the opportunity to enjoy the wonderful world of Pokemon. And that's it.
Okay. You know what? There was a lot of news in that. I think that people were satisfied with the amount of information that they got from this Pokemon Presents.
I guess. Like,
I don't know if the Pokemon community was necessarily happy with everything that they saw, but it seems like nobody was saying it was a disappointing Pokemon Presents.
I mean, I feel like we go through this every Pokemon day. We get like the main like Pokemon game that they're pushing for the year, and then a whole bunch of other crap unrelated to it, like a whole bunch of mobile apps, a whole bunch of like TV shows.
Yeah, people just want to see the game.
Right.
I remember, was it last year or 2 years ago? There was a Pokemon Day, and they didn't show any game at all. They didn't show any main game.
Yeah.
They didn't show an Legends game. They didn't show a mainline game. They didn't show a remake or anything.
Yeah.
And that was really disappointing. But it seemed like this time people weren't that upset about it.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this, boys? Yes, I am at the Knicks game. Okay. Oh. Well, this just in, brand new news.
Oh.
Retroid, remember they were teasing?
Yes.
A little square console. Fucking this thing.
The classic.
Retroid Pocket Classic. Now, this I'm into.
Now, what is this? Because like all it's showing is the picture. We don't see like its specs. We don't know if does it support cartridge.
It's looking like it might have an interesting subpixel layout. It's looking like it might have like a true to life resolution situation going on, like similar to the mod Retro Chromatic.
Yes.
That D-pad though. That's the Retroid D-pad.
Yeah.
I'm interested. It's got classic Game Boy Color colors. It
Yes.
also has the DMG hiding at the ends over there. I'm interested. This is different. Like
Yes.
I want Retroid to do wacky shit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is cool. I'm not getting the flip because it's the exact same as the Retroid Pocket 5. It just has a hinge.
It just flips.
Yeah, and their last hinge was awful, so I don't want to even entertain that. But this looks cool. So I want this.
Okay.
It does. There's no information. It doesn't say
anything.
It doesn't say specs or anything. But I want it, and I don't care what the specs are. So I'm just gonna play Game Boy on it anyway. I like 4x3 screens. Like I like my 16:9 screens for certain things. But I like square 4x3 and like wacky aspect ratios because they're fun to fuck around with. So I'm into it. I don't know how big it is. We literally don't know anything other than what it looks like. So this is coming soon.
Yes.
Retroid. I gotta add it to the notes. Pocket Classic. Griffinic says not interested. Okay. All right. That's it.
Okay.
Next news. Oh, forget that. We'll do that.
Backlog. 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 Backlog.
Hey, it's backlog time. What's the backlog?
The Backlog is a segment of the WULFF DEN Podcast where we go through our entire video game collection, all 981 games that we have ever bought in our entire combined lives. Gets put into a little Excel spreadsheet, so we make sure we know what everything is and where it is. And today we're going to pick one at random and talk about it, regardless of whether or not we've played it.
That would be number 857.
857. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance for the Xbox 360.
We got this at the time that it came out,
Yes.
and we were extremely excited.
Yes. I remember playing it thinking, storyline-wise, this is one of the stupidest games I've ever played.
So Metal Gear is known for being a little over the top.
Yes.
The stories are awesome in Metal Gear.
Yes.
They get wacky and silly and campy, but I'm always in.
Yeah.
This takes the campiness and the silliness and the wackiness way over the top.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to like give context for this game in particular, because this game did start out. What was the original? Yeah, the original name of the game was Metal Gear Solid Rising. The premise was you were going to play as Raiden, the cyborg ninja from Metal Gear Solid 4, It was going to be a prequel to that. It was going to explain how he became the cyborg.
Interesting.
Yes, and it was going to have
That's not what happened.
No, it was going to have like a unique cutting mechanic, and it was going to like try to combine the stealth of the old Metal Gear games with like ninja action of like a Ninja Gaiden type game. But they were having a lot of trouble. Like Kojima Productions was having a lot of trouble developing it and trying to make that work. So at some point, Kojima went to Platinum Games, who's known for making like fast-paced action games, and said, "Can you figure this out?" And they said, yes. And what they did was they said, you know what? Forget the stealth. We'll make it a sequel to Metal Gear Solid 4, and we'll just go balls to the wall with the action. And they did.
Yeah, I'm not sure how involved Kojima was with the story, but it seems like they only took the wackiest parts and made it into this game.
Yeah.
It's not a normal Metal Gear game. It is like a Platinum game.
Yeah, it's more along the lines of like your Bayonettas, your Devil May Cries, your Ninja Gaidens, games like that. It's fast-paced sword action.
A lot like Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
But I liked it a lot.
Which, to be clear, the game rules.
Game's good.
The game is very good. It's a lot of fun. It does have a good challenge to it. So like, don't be afraid to bump the difficulty down if you're have a hard time keeping up with everything, but it's exciting. It does like a lot of really cool cinematic battles that like you didn't really see at the time. I think it ran at 60 frames a second on 360 and PS3, which like at the time wasn't common.
So on screen right now, I think this was the original. Oh no, this is Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
This is Revengeance. Yeah.
I'm looking for the original trailer with the watermelons. Because it is a little disappointing we didn't get that.
The original game was called Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Yes. So yeah, because the whole gimmick of the original version was that you could slice through anything.
Yeah, this is like an off-camera footage of like Tokyo Game Show or some shit.
And in the game that shipped, you can't cut through everything all the time. It's only in certain sections of the game.
Yeah, they severely scaled back this like interesting cutting mechanic.
Which I think, probably for technical reasons at the time.
Also, it didn't really like doing this in actual like combat scenario doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because while you're trying to fight somebody, you have to now aim your knife to angle it a certain way. It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers the watermelon.
Yeah.
So I remember when this was shipping, I was a little disappointed that this version of the game wasn't what we were getting.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was still a really good game.
Yeah.
Now I was still happy with what we ended up with.
Yeah.
That being said, it is absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly just it's like Ninja Gaiden. There's bosses just like there are in Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
The big meme here, a little bit of spoilers. The big boss at the end of the game is
I think he's a
senator.
Yes.
Who is running for president?
I think so. Not that the story makes sense.
The story makes absolutely no sense.
If you think Metal Gear Solid stories don't make sense normally, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
You may have seen the memes of the final boss fight where you are fighting a U.S. president, and he says a lot of insane things.
He says a lot of insane things.
At the time, it was over the top insane.
Yes.
Now, it's believable.
He's a presidential candidate. Colorado senator and potential presidential candidate Stephen Armstrong is the final boss in the game.
Here it is. I'm spoiling it.
Yeah, because he says the line. Specifically, he says the line. And if you're watching the news right now instead of us, you know what line I'm talking about.
I don't know what line you're talking about.
You know what line I'm talking about. It's on the hat.
Oh, he says that line.
Says that line.
Oh, okay.
So much like
so he played the game.
Yeah.
He's a fan.
So much like I've said,
he's a fan and got the wrong message.
So much like I've been saying about George Lucas and the prequels, we all owe Platinum Games an apology for how we treated the story in this game. But yeah, don't just because something stupid doesn't mean it doesn't have something to say. But
how can we play this game now? Is it even possible?
I think it's on Steam.
Okay.
I believe it is backwards compatible on 360. So those are your two ways to play it. That said, definitely do play it.
Do you think this is gonna make it into the collection, the volume 2?
Ooh, I hope so.
Because how many games would we get out of it? Right now we have 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
In the original, in the volume 1 collection.
Yeah.
In the volume 2, we should get 4. I doubt 5, but maybe.
Maybe.
And they gotta get another one.
Yeah, this would have to be
Give me
it. I'm sure they'll put the PSP games on there. Because Peace Walker isn't in the original.
Peace Walker is important.
Peace Walker is important.
It's a big possibility we're not going to get this game.
I don't know because like Volume 1 had like the NES games. They had Snake's Revenge in there. It had like a lot of oddball titles from the time. So I think it's possible we can get this in there.
I love this game. I was a big time Metal Gear fan. I still am. Still am big time Metal Gear.
Yeah.
But this was like peak Metal Gear when I was into it. So I say play it.
Yeah, absolutely play it. Again, like if you're used to like the traditional Metal Gear Solid games, this is vastly different.
Yeah, it's not that.
So
at all.
don't expect that. But it's a nice change of pace. It's a good way to keep Metal Gear Solid the franchise alive and interesting in different ways than from what you're used to. And it doesn't affect or change like the main games at all. It's just something extra to go along with those games. It complements the main games.
Right.
Yeah.
So give it a try.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the backlog. We're going to continue our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching this later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Sir Griff, whatever your name is. You guys should add some of your best Steam games to the backlog. We did.
Yeah.
They are there. I have to add Switch games, I think.
I forgot to highlight Gear Rising. What was the number again? You still have the RNG up?
857.
857. All right. Let me just. Oh, I did highlight it. Never mind.
Dreaming of Nishmas. Thank you for the 13 months. It's a little guy. It's a little guy to play low-powered games. Love it. I thought he meant gay. It's a little gay to play low-powered games. It's only straight if you have a really beefy PC.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're playing on a little DS, or you're playing your Pokemon games, anyway, he meant the Retroid Pocket.
Yes,
that's why I like it.
Yeah,
I like having a little guy. Call me whatever you want. Anyway. Next news, Sony, God, they're giving up on the PSVR 2.
Yep, they've lowered the price of the PSVR 2. It is now $400 US.
That's not cheap enough.
That's a price cut. That's a price cut of $150 US. This puts it in line with like the higher end MetaQuests. So
people say it's a great, in terms of VR headsets, it is a great value.
Yeah.
I think it's not amazing.
Well, this might be a good incentive because the PSVR 2 lowered in price. It's now $400 for the base model, the PSVR 2 headset, the controllers, and headphones. The bundle that includes Horizon Call of the Mountain,
bad game, but go on,
is also $400.
Oh, they just give you the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's worth free.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
They need people to buy this thing. Nobody's buying this thing.
Oh, I've been interested in the adapter because I have a PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah.
Just sitting there collecting dust.
Mm-hmm.
I would be interested in plugging it into the computer and seeing if I can get some more use out of it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I want the adapter. It's always out of stock.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get. They linked to it in this article.
Well, they linked to the news of the adapter.
Yeah, I can't get it. It's never available. And even when like Wario64 or somebody like posts a link to it, it's not in stock.
Right.
I'm going to see if it's in stock now on Amazon. It is.
Oh, there you go.
Gonna add it to cart right now. along with a vertical monitor stand. By the way, you see that monitor over there?
Yeah.
I thought it could go vertical. It can't.
Oh.
Now it's just fucking over there.
So yeah, that's it. If $550 is too rich for your blood and 400's the limit, they can get a PSVR 2.
Maybe
Or don't. Just wait till the next price drop.
Maybe I'll like it more when I plug it into my computer.
I feel it because you get more use out of it from the computer. There's more things on the computer.
It's marginally better than the Oculus 2 that I have.
Yeah.
My biggest issue with the PSVR is that you have to plug it into a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like it becomes cumbersome when you have all this shit going on.
I mean,
and the Oculus is just the Oculus.
Yeah.
You just put it on your head and it's all there.
So, I mean, maybe this means you can play Half-Life Alyx and then invite me over so I can play Half-Life Alyx.
I really do want to play Half-Life
know.
Alyx. You might be able to play it off of your Steam Deck. There is a mod to play it without a headset. I don't know how well that is, but
God, if there was ever a mod that would defeat the purpose of a game,
Yeah.
it would be that.
Oh, anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, if you want to pair it with adapted, also there's other limitations to plug it into the PC. I think like the resolution isn't full resolution or something.
Yeah.
Like there's some weird shit, but I mean, I don't know if you've been interested in it. I don't know. Look into it again.
Yeah.
Nintendo removes a game from the Nintendo Switch Online collection. This is the first time they've ever done it.
Yes. Nintendo is removing a game from the Switch Online Retro Library for the first time since the service launched. On March 28th, Super Soccer, also known as Super Formation Soccer in Japan, will be removed from the SNES and Super Famicom library. This delisting is the first real indication that the Switch Online library is not permanent repository, and that while it's likely that every first-party Nintendo game will remain there until the entire service shuts down, there's always a chance that certain third-party games could be removed at some point. Responding to the news on Twitter, former Platinum Games co-founder and current Clover Studios founder Hideki Kamiya, who regularly posts about his love of classic games, criticized the move, asking for the return of the Virtual Console service, which was available on Wii, Wii U, and 3DS, and allowed for individual games to be bought.
It sucks.
Yes,
but
it is surprising that it's happening to Switch Online, because so far like that has kind of been unaffected by everything. So
it's inevitable that there will be licensing issues, and that's what is happening here.
And the big question is what happens if they lose their partnership with Sega? That's a whole slew of like Switch Online games that you're just going to lose.
Yeah, that's for
right
sure
there.
a timed thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll renew it. Sega is pretty open to playing ball, but it's always a possibility. There's a lot of licensed stuff on Nintendo Switch Online, and they could lose it at any point.
And I know Hideki Kamiya like used this as a chance to bring up how Virtual Console was better because you could buy the game individually and like keep it. But like Virtual Console would take games down too.
I was gonna say they definitely, because that had more licensed.
That had more licensed stuff. I know like off the top of my head, Ninja Turtles on NES was on Virtual Console, and they took that down after a time.
Yeah.
So Virtual Console wasn't permanent either, but at least with Virtual Console, once you got it, you got it. You know, you didn't lose access to it.
This game's Japan only?
No, it's in the American Virtual Console.
It was taken off of both?
The news broke that it was coming off of the Japanese Virtual Console Switch Online first. Then they confirmed this is going to be worldwide.
Okay. It was published by Human Entertainment.
Yes.
Lord knows what's going on with them. Its former members went on to form new companies, including Nude Maker.
For your nudes.
Video game developer based in Tokyo. Company is commonly mostly of ex-Human Entertainment members. Nude Maker has been contracted by companies including Capcom, Grasshopper manufacturer, Platinum Games, Sega, and Konami. Wow. Okay. Weird name.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to see who has the license of this stuff now, but unclear. Anyway. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got Super Chats. Professor Rock, thanks for the $2. Backlog. And he said it just like that.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay.
Kirked. is making a new guitar.
Yes.
Actually looks pretty fucking cool.
Gaming accessory maker CRKD and guitar maker Gibson have teamed up to revive the guitar controller in the form of 2 Gibson Les Paul shaped controllers that will let you play your way through Fortnite Festival, Clone Hero, and even Rock Band 4. The Gibson Les Paul Black Tribal Encore Edition and the Gibson Les Paul Blueberry Burst Pro Edition feature a whammy bar and colored frets from the older gaming guitars, updated to work with modern platforms. CRKD is making both multi-platform and Xbox-specific versions of the guitars, and depending on whether you pick the Encore or Pro Edition models, you'll get slightly different sets of features. The Pro Edition includes frets that have been engineered for unmatched precision and responsiveness, along with, all together now, Hall effect whammy bar and strum bars and haptic feedback. The Encore Edition only has traditional mechanical frets and a normal strum bar, but CRKD says both guitars are designed to be modular, so you can purchase and swap in new components down the road if you want. The Gibson Les Paul Black Tribal Encore guitar controller is available for pre-order now for $110 from the multi-platform version or $120 for the Xbox version. The Les Paul Blueberry Burst Pro Edition guitar controller can be pre-ordered for $120 for the multi-platform version or $130 for the Xbox version. Both guitar controllers will start shipping June 2025.
It looks really cool.
Yes.
So there was a time when you could not throw out guitars.
Yes.
These plastic guitars were filling up landfills.
Yes.
Nobody wanted them. You couldn't get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're hard to find.
Yeah.
You can't get a good one anymore. Who knows what people are playing with this? There is Fortnite Festival.
Yes.
That a lot of people
and PDP made a guitar for Fortnite Festival that is also compatible in Rock Band.
Yes.
And now CRKD is like, hey, we can do it too. And they did.
Yeah.
It's incredible how we went from nobody cares about guitar-based games anymore to now all of a sudden 2 companies are making multiple high quality, high price guitar controllers for video games.
It was so Hannah wanted to play Rock Band or Guitar Hero or something.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it was hard to there's some shitty Amazon ones you can get, and she ended up getting one of those, and it's fine.
Yeah.
That's why we went to our parents' house and pulled one out of the rubble. But yeah, it's good to see that they're making them. I mean, people make custom ones all the time.
Yeah.
They're easy to they're relatively easy to make in terms of it's like a fight stick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of open source stuff to make one, but it's cool to see a big-ish company doing one. They have Cracked is as I think how you say the name of the company.
That's how you say it?
Yeah.
Right.
I say Kirked.
All right. I just say the letters.
They have other controllers. They have a little guy that everybody tells me I should check out, and I don't because I have too many little guys. But they also have this thing. What is it? They have an attachment. So this is the controller, but they have an attachment that looks like the attachment that you would put on the DS version of Guitar Hero.
Is that for how many buttons are on that?
5 fret attachment.
Okay, so that's probably if you're playing Fortnite Festival, and want to go back and forth
with a controller, and that's kind of cool. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I got a keyboard version of that. It's 5 buttons that you would put on a keyboard. People use it to play Ozu or Fortnite Festival. So that seems like a really cool, versatile way to play Fortnite Festival. You just attach that to a controller instead of having this giant guitar. But if you're really into it, then you get the giant guitar version.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see them do that.
Yeah.
Now, these guys also made the Nitro deck. That's how I know them. That was the first thing they made.
Yeah.
The little attachment for the Switch to make it feel more like a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And it looked like they developed that with the idea of having NFTs attached, and then at the very last second, they pulled back on the stick, like what PlayStation did.
Yeah,
with their whole
the
thing.
stars. Yeah,
it was around the same time
they
released it.
Mm-hmm.
They were making it realize nobody cared about NFTs, and then tried to remove it. And so they have a weird app integration with their products. That being said, at least they listened to the feedback of people. So whatever. This is cool. I think it's a cool idea.
Maybe we'll see the revival of the guitar game.
I think we absolutely will. I think someone will do it.
So I mean, look, Rock Band is still a game. Like they don't have DLC for it anymore, but still active, which is shocking to me.
I think we'll get something.
Yeah. So
did Harmonix work on the Fortnite Festival stuff?
Epic owns Harmonix now. So that's
maybe we won't then. This is another cool thing that happened. EA.
They did
something good.
Yeah. EA releases source code for older Command & Conquer games. EA has released the source code for classic strategy games of the Command & Conquer series along with Steam Workshop support, opening the game up to modders. The games in question are Command & Conquer, aka Tiberian Dawn, Command & Conquer Red Alert, Command & Conquer Renegade, and Command & Conquer Generals plus 0 Hour, all released under the general public license. In short, this will continue to preserve the legacy of the games and make it easier for modders to continue creating content. In addition to the open source code, which allows existing CNC communities to continue supporting their work, Steam Workshop support has been added for more games in the series.
They're just up on GitHub.
Yeah.
You can just have it.
If you ever wonder why people keep porting Doom to weird platforms like toaster ovens and the like, it's because the source code is open source. Like you can just grab it and like work on it on yourself. That's essentially what EA did with Command & Conquer. They're just giving you the code so that you can do what you want with it. You can't sell your own copies of Command & Conquer. This isn't the game. Like this isn't like a playable version of the
licenses
game.
Attached to this.
Yeah, but like they're allowing you to essentially work on the game yourself.
Yeah, it's interesting because they could make a little bit of money by selling them on their own.
Yeah,
and like it's not like a normal person can just download this and start playing it. Like you need to know a little bit about how to like compile it.
Yeah.
But that being said, this is gonna make it more accessible.
Yeah,
and it's a good learning thing.
Yeah,
for people to pick it apart. I have no idea why they would do this. Like this is not like this is a normal thing for EA.
No, not at all.
It makes like Valve I think just did it with one of their games too.
Yeah.
So Valve they're like that. They do that stuff all the time. Even id Software,
id Software,
it makes sense for them, but for EA, it's very strange.
Yeah.
But good for them. Speaking of ports, Sonic Unleashed also got a port, an unofficial.
Yes. Xbox 360 recompilation has begun with an unofficial PC port of Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Team's 2008 platformer launched on the 360, PS3, PS2, and Wii. Sega never released a PC version. Now, 17 years later, that's why my knees crack, fans have taken it upon themselves to make a PC port of the Xbox 360 version of their own, dubbed Sonic Unleashed Recompiled. There's even a trailer. This is not a simple port or the game running on PC via emulation. Rather, it's a from-the-ground-up PC version of Sonic Unleashed, which even includes enhancements such as high-resolution support, high frame rate support, and mod support. Also will run on Steam Deck. It's worth noting that to play Sonic Unleashed Recompiled on PC, you will need to own a copy of the original Xbox 360 game. This is because the port recompiles the original 360 version game files into a playable PC version through the process of static recompilation.
We have it, right?
I have it digitally. We have the Wii version physically.
Oh, that sucks.
It's a big moment for console recompilation. 2024 saw a number of classic N64 games recompiled for PC, and now it looks like the 360 floodgates are open.
So how would you even get the file? Like, can you just put the disc in? Probably
I guess
not.
you have to put if it plays on Steam Deck, it needs a digital file at some point. So I imagine you would have to like put the disc in your computer, and whatever program you have, like you would need, scans the disc for all of the code on the disc.
Yeah, but a lot of these old consoles, they don't like they don't like normal disc drives.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So I don't know how that would work. Yeah. Realistically, you're probably gonna still be pirating this game.
Yeah.
This is cool, not just because it's Sonic Unleashed all nice and pretty.
Yeah.
It's because this could lead to other games getting recompiled for Xbox 3 for PC. Other Xbox 360 games being compiled for PC.
Yeah.
This could open the door for a lot more PC ports of Xbox 360 games. So that's cool. I personally want Sonic 06.
Right.
I want
the bad one.
Yeah, I want to be able to play that.
Yeah.
Because I currently can't.
We have the disc version, but you need a 360 to play it.
Yeah, it doesn't even backwards compatible on anything, so that's annoying. I did play Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah.
The Sonic levels are great.
Yeah.
And that's that.
That's too bad. That's half of the game.
It would be cool if you could just skip all of the Werehog.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an option.
Maybe. How to install. You must have access to the following: an Xbox 360, modifications not necessary, 360 hard drive, 360 hard drive transfer cable, Sonic Unleashed for the 360, retail or digital copy. So you can do it either or. DLC is optional but highly recommended.
Okay, this makes sense because it sounds like what you do is you install it onto the system and then you take the hard drive, plug that into the computer, and go into the files and get it that way. And that sounds plausible.
Yeah.
The transfer cable situation, I mean, if you have actually, I don't think it matters, but the hard drive, you just open it up and it's just a SATA hard drive.
Yeah.
So you just take that out and fucking plug it in.
Well, I mean, if you have the transfer cable, this way you don't have to take it out of the enclosure.
Yeah, but even if you don't have a transfer cable, you just fucking. I have a SATA enclosure, so that would be easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it says hard drive transfer cable or compatible SATA to USB transfer.
We have that.
Yes.
Do we have? Yeah, we do have. Do we still have the Star Wars one?
We do. I also have an old model 360 that a friend gave me.
But we would need the new one to be able to do the SATA transfer.
No, I think the old one is still a SATA connector. It's just
I think it's harder to get into.
It's just in the enclosure. Well, no, even the enclosure port is a SATA connector.
Oh, really? You can just slap that in?
I think so. Oh, let me see.
I remember that one being more of a pain in the ass to open up.
Yeah, because it's just an odd shape.
Okay. I remember the newer ones being easier to just fart around with.
Yeah, images. Give me images. Oh no, it's not. It's not a darn. It's that.
Yeah, I remember that one being annoying.
All right, so yeah, then the Star Wars one is the new style, which is just a SATA port.
Okay.
So
there you go. That would be. I honestly don't think I'm gonna need to do this. But if you want to put it on your Steam Deck,
might be worth it because people we talk shit about Sonic Unleashed a lot. People tell me it's actually really good, and they tell me that because I played the Wii version, I didn't play the real version, so I bought the 360 version. Haven't gotten to it yet. Maybe if I have it on the Steam Deck, I could play it on the toilet and see what it's really about.
Even when the game came out, we said a lot of people said it was great.
Yeah,
they just didn't like the Werehog stuff, and at the time we were saying it's 50% of a good game, and that does not mean it's a good game. It means half of it is good, and that is still a failing grade.
But I mean,
just like Anora, half of the movie is bad, the rest can't be good. I watched half of it, and then I stopped. I do hear it's. I gotta finish it. Yeah. Apparently I stopped when it gets good.
Okay. I mean, like that's different though. I feel like with a movie, like you hit a turning point, and like it all starts to make sense.
Sure, maybe. That's how I felt with BioShock Infinite was the only game where the end made me enjoy the rest of it more.
I mean, that was like me with like God of War 2018. Like it started to click for me the more I played of it, and by the time you get the Blades of Chaos, I'm like, okay, now this is good.
Okay. So I never got that far.
So
I still don't like
spoiler alert.
Anyway, Sonic's LM with €5. I gotta learn currency.
You might just learn Russian currency, honest, at this point.
Ruples.
Yes. Topical.
Do you think there is a business model that can support widespread and deep access to ISO files for old games? A bit like how Spotify changed music. Isn't GOG doing that?
Well, GOG's just like trying to keep old games accessible.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how keeping access to ISO files is comparable to what Spotify did with the music industry, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't unfortunately, the games industry is going to take a much different turn than what Spotify did for music. If you want to do something that's similar to Spotify, it's going to end up being what Game Pass is doing right now. And that's not exactly the most ideal situation.
Yeah, because like, you know, the way people play games is different from how they listen to music, you know?
Yeah.
So a Game Pass is a good idea on paper, but I don't think it's panning out in the way that like people expected it.
It's not the solution.
Right.
And I bet we would have said that about Spotify 10 years ago.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Anyway, Activision, surprise. They used AI for Call of Duty again.
Oh boy, Activision appears to be gauging interest in a new Guitar Hero, Call of Duty, and Crash Bandicoot game using AI-generated adverts for non-existent titles.
Wow, that is so obviously AI.
No. Adverts for Guitar Hero Mobile, Call of Duty Zombie Defender, and Crash Bandicoot Brawl have recently been appearing on the company's social media platforms, including Facebook and Instagram. While the adverts initially appeared to serve as new product announcements, their use of generative AI for promotional artwork quickly raised doubts about whether this was the actual case. It seems these initial doubts were well-founded, as some of the ads featured links to mock-ups of app stores. When users then attempted to download the product, their quotes, they're met with a message explaining the true nature of the ad. It reads, "Thanks for your interest. This isn't a game, but it could be someday. We'd love if you could answer the short survey, which could help inform the potential future of this game. Your feedback really matters to us."
I don't know why the article didn't really show like any of it, but
yeah, so essentially they're gauging interest in like new Call of Duty, Guitar Hero, Crash Bandicoot games while like having surveys up.
I
like
didn't
hidden.
know you could do this. Is the app? Oh no, this isn't the App Store. This is store.geeklab.app. I don't know what the hell
This is
that
just like a test site.
It looks like the Apple Store,
Yeah.
the App Store.
Yeah, it's just like a test site for like that survey companies use. But like the whole thing is that they're using AI generated artwork for it instead of, you know, Guitar Hero artwork, which I'm sure exists somewhere.
Yeah, very strange. Oh no, don't. I'm getting a virus. Yeah, Activision straight up posted this.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
This is on the heels of them getting caught using AI art for Call of Duty advertisements, like official Call of Duty Black Ops 6 advertisements.
Look at the speakers.
Yeah.
They're all messed up.
Guitar Hero has like such an iconic, you know, trail of like guitar notes, and like that's clearly a knockoff version of it.
So mobile games have a similar vibe to casino games, like
Yes.
where you see like slot machines.
Yeah.
Like they all kind of have a similar vibe to mobile games.
Yeah.
They have always had the AI look to them.
Yeah.
Even before this like AI revolution that's been happening,
Yeah.
there you could look at it and be like, something's a little weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're so similar. I think it's just that it is cheap art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. You know, I guarantee you, like, whatever company's doing this survey was like didn't hire an artist to do it. They just like went to whatever the program is and said Guitar Hero artwork, and that's what it farted out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's a video on.
This is something that should never have left the concepting phase.
Exactly. There's a video on the official New York Mets Twitter account. It's like, get ready for baseball this year, and it's an AI video of an apple on a skyscraper like panning around, and it's so obvious. It's so obviously artificial intelligence generated. That could have taken an intern 1 hour to do on their phone.
Yeah.
And like they didn't even bother doing that. They just like typed some things into it, and it farted out a bad looking video.
You see all the AI Zelensky fighting Putin? No, fighting Trump.
Yeah.
It's their conversation, and then you just see them start beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love 2025.
Yeah, year's great.
Anyway, yeah, this is dumb and stupid. What about Call of Duty?
They admitted to using the AI generation for the Call of Duty ads, but like that's it. They didn't apologize. They didn't say we're going to be more careful. They didn't.
No, they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, they're going to keep doing it because
Call of Duty is down the tubes. Nobody's playing it anymore.
Yeah.
There's leaks about Modern Warfare 4 now. Supposedly, right now they are about to launch Verdansk, the original map in Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah.
And supposedly, if people don't start playing Warzone with this new old map, they just will not do Warzone 3 when Modern Warfare 4 comes out. They just won't even bother.
So we've been hearing that like if the Microsoft acquisition of Activision went through, they would give Call of Duty like a year off.
Yeah.
Because they desperately need a year off.
Well, I don't know when they're planning. I think it might have been 2026.
Okay.
So that would be a year off.
Yeah.
And they desperately so they need it, but also nobody's playing Call of Duty right now. So they might be losing a lot more than normal if they take a year off.
Well, honestly, I think they need to. Like, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I see all these articles like, oh, there hasn't been a Star Wars movie since The Rise of Skywalker. Good. I don't want a Star Wars movie right now. Yeah. I want to wait. Star Wars movies should be events, and it's not an event if it happens every year.
So April 3rd, they're going to add Verdansk back into Warzone. So that'll be cool. I just uninstalled it from everything because it's so big.
Yeah.
So 2026 is the rumor for Modern Warfare 4. Anyway. And also it says it's being developed on development kits for the next Xbox. So 2026, new Xbox.
It will be 6 years since the release of the Series X.
Only 6?
Yeah,
no, 7.
2020 was when the Series X came out.
Yep.
So
6 years. I also like to use Call of Duty for benchmarking when I do like handheld reviews and stuff because it's a popular game. Everybody plays it. I play it sometimes. It's a good game to benchmark these things. I am playing with the MSI Claw 7 right now. That only has 512 gigabytes of memory. I cannot play Call of Duty on it. If I play Call of Duty on it, it's the only game I could play.
Yeah.
So I'm just not gonna.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I'm not playing your fucking game.
That's gotta be, it's like, that is something they can address with time off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Juan Barrios with $5. Hey guys, I love the podcast. You guys are great. Bob, I am debating on getting Steam Deck or Lenovo LG and install Bazite. What do you recommend? Oh, it's hard. It's so hard because they're both fine. Lenovo is just loud. You gotta lay out all the games that you want to play and see which ones will not work on the Steam Deck. If all of them work on the Steam Deck, get the Steam Deck. If some of them that you really want to play are Windows only, then get a Windows device. If it's the Lenovo, that's fine. But the Lenovo Legion Go 2 is coming out, so maybe just hold off a little bit. But that is a lot more money. So that is my suggestion. Anyway. Next news. The title of this is Elon Musk sucks, has gaming PC in Doge office.
Around the same time that Elon Musk, an uncool loser who sucks, privately admitted to cheating at games like Diablo 4 and Path of Exile, and mine, he was apparently installing a gaming PC at his new office job running the Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge.
What is this picture? Is this a real picture?
That is a real picture from when he was at the CPAC conference, the conservative fundraising gala, whatever. And he brought a chainsaw out. because he's making cuts.
Does it have like goth studs on it? No.
I think it's like got like a heavy metal-ish design to it. So yeah, because he's slashing the federal government.
He's so cool.
Yeah, he's so cool. Oh man, Doge, get it? It's a meme.
I get it.
Yeah. Because nothing says efficient and productive like using a powerful rig to blow up demons at work. The New York Times reports that Musk had originally planned to work out of the West Wing after being tapped by the Trump administration to be one of its special government employees, but found his office space there too cramped and inauspicious, allegedly referring to it as a hovel. So he moved across the street to the Secretary of War suite in the Eisenhower Executive Office building instead. That's where he set up his Diablo 4 machine. The paper shares a photo of the setup, but it's hard to make out exactly what it consists of. You can make out a glass display case on one side and some sort of high-end graphics card on the inside, maybe an NVIDIA GTX 4000 series card. Otherwise,
MSI.
Okay. Otherwise, the keyboard is wired and the mouse looks like it's a Razer model, possibly a Razer Ballistic, or it could just be your run-of-the-mill black Logitech mouse. It's sitting there bare, lacquered table instead of a desk, instead of a mouse pad.
He's using an ultra-wide monitor of some sort.
Yeah.
I'm looking now through MSI graphics cards to see which one it is. I can't.
I don't think it's a high-end one. I don't think anybody's... It's not the 5,000.
He probably said, "Go get me a graphics card."
Yeah.
And some kid had to go to Best Buy, and they just got whatever that was there.
Yeah.
Or go get me a computer and whatever.
Yeah, and make it look cool. I want lights.
Yeah.
You guys use lights, right? Hey, did you guys know I'm good at Diablo?
It's a cool monitor. It's
a nice monitor, big wide monitor. So yeah, that's what he's doing. It's hard at work doing. Guy's gaming PC in a building that dates back to 1880s.
It's amazing it could power that whole computer.
Yeah. So
why do we care about this? Not trying to sound like a dick, just very confused. We don't,
but
we don't care.
The reason why this is here is because this is incentive for you to take your gaming rig and bring it to your job and play games there. Yes. Because if the CEO
that is efficiency.
Because if the CEO of 6 companies still has time to check the federal budget and play games at his desk, you can too. And bring your kids to work, because he brings his kid everywhere. It's fine. He can do it. You should be allowed to do it too. But you're cool. He is not.
That's probably for his son.
It is not. You know damn well is not.
Is way too young for that.
Yeah.
Maybe his son is the one playing Diablo for him.
I want some games journalists website to do games journalism and interview the people who are playing these games for him.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's got to be a service.
It's got to be
just a service.
It's got to be. Or it's like, it's probably some teens who are like, yo, I'll play your game to level you up. Like, because that exists.
There are services that do that. Yeah.
So, come on. Games journalism.
Someone's got to be able to
do journalism.
Yeah. Anyway, more important news. Acclaim is back. And this hits us pretty hard in the home.
Long Island Zone Acclaim is back. They're not based on Long Island anymore, but you know what? That doesn't matter. A team of industry veterans has united to bring back video game publisher Acclaim after more than 2 decades. It will be led by games industry veteran Alex Joseph, who has more than 2 decades of experience marketing and publishing hundreds of games. Originally founded in 1987, the newly reborn Acclaim will support independent developers as well as reignite classic franchises, providing resources such as funding, marketing, public relations support to give independent studios the opportunity to bring their games to a wider audience. In order to resurrect and revitalize its beloved portfolio of classic intellectual property, Acclaim has assembled an advisory board comprised of industry leaders, including Russell Binder of Stryker Entertainment, Mark Kaplan at Ridge Partners, and WWE Hall of Famer and current AEW superstar Jeff Jarrett at Global Force Entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what IPs could they possibly be involved?
I don't know.
Because their IPs are all over the place now.
Yeah. So like the IPs that like made Acclaim like famous and popular are all licensed
Yeah,
games.
they're all
like the WWE games. Like those are at 2K right now. Mortal Kombat, which is at Warner Brothers. NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. Those were Midway games that they licensed for home use, and those are at EA right now. So like, there was Turok, but somebody else owns Turok. Valiant Comics used to be owned by EA, but someone else owns that now. So yeah, I don't know like what Acclaim franchises they could resurrect, because they're all like scattered to the winds, or they never owned the franchise to begin with.
So where are they based out of now?
It didn't say.
It doesn't say.
But I doubt it'll be Long Island based, because the property taxes here are way too high.
Yeah,
and
like yeah, there's no reason for them to go back to the place that they were before.
Yeah.
What is there now?
I don't know.
Was it Glen Cove?
It was Glen Cove, yeah.
I bet it's the like WeWork that's over there.
Well, I mean, like, we have to have an Acclaim game like at our parents' house. Just look up the address on there and go. Take a Sunday drive over to where Acclaim used to be.
I'm looking it up.
Or we could do that. We have magic devices in our labs that can just look up anything.
Acclaim closes office. This was in 2012? That's not a
No. Because they closed around the original Xbox era.
No. We've just learned its headquarters in Glen Cove, New York as well is being closed. This was in 2012.
Wow.
And that is, oh, you said original Xbox?
Original Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to find original. Somebody find the original address in Glen Cove, New York. Put it in and dox them, please. And then find out what
2024. 2004 is when it filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy.
I'm just getting Acclaim Theatricals LLC.
I found it on Yelp.
Oh yeah, 70 Glen Cove, 70 Glen.
In Glen Cove. This is riveting. Long Island history for a majority audience that is not from here.
Okay. All right. That is the WeWork. Do you remember when we did the
Power WeWork?
Yes, it was there.
No way.
It's across the street from the old Acclaim office, and we had no idea. That's definitely it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there was a time when we back when we used to do this in the basement of our parents' house, they had to redo the basement because it was flooding and it was a disaster. So we had like a week to move out.
Yeah.
And we moved the whole operation into like a WeWork.
Yeah.
It happened to be. It wasn't a WeWork. It's like a third part. It's like a thing that's like WeWork.
It's like a knockoff WeWork. Yeah.
It is in Glen Cove. It was apparently across the street from where Acclaim was.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I how did we not know that at the time?
No. Oh man.
And that the whole office that we rented was smaller than this room, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tiny.
Anyway. Speaking of nope, this has nothing to do with Acclaim. Tony Hawk's back.
Yeah.
We knew, wasn't this rumor last week?
This was rumored last week, but now it's official. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 are coming out later this year. The upcoming combined remake will feature new skaters, as well as, returning. It's like Tony Hawk 1 and 2 re-release, but now with 3 and 4. So we got the original skaters coming back along with new skaters, the original soundtrack along with new songs, all the levels from Tony Hawk 3 and 4, plus possibly new levels.
That'd be cool.
The original. Yeah, they showed off one in the trailer. It's a water park level.
Were there new levels in the first?
No. So they're going all out here.
This might make me interested.
Yeah. It is not being developed by Vicarious Visions because Activision wisely shut them down and made them work on Blizzard games. This is being...
You mean not Call of Duty?
Correct.
Wow.
What a change. This is being handled by Iron Galaxy, I think is the company. They handled the PC port of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
But the Doomslayer is in it.
Yes. So if you pre-order the digital deluxe edition, you can play as the Doomslayer and the Revenant from Doom and Doom Eternal. Fun fact, Doom Guy was a playable character in the original Tony Hawk 3.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's a nice little crossover right there. So yeah, it's your standard modern video game. It's coming out on every system, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X.
And there's a physical collector's edition
that comes with a skateboard.
Straight up comes with a real birdhouse deck.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. When you can pre-order the game now, those who do will gain access to the Foundry demo coming in June. Not for the Switch though, all other platforms, not the Switch version. And you get a wireframe Tony shader model at launch. Pre-order the digital deluxe or the collector's edition, you get access to a Doomslayer and the Revenant, Doom themed skateboards, and apparently Doom music for the game. And you can play the game 3 days early. Yeah, because we all said we hated it, and they haven't stopped doing it.
So I did read that it is day one Game Pass.
Yes.
But my first thought was, is it?
Yeah.
And now we know the answer.
So there are some things I do want to mention about this. It's the last game they brought back all the original skaters, plus a lot of the modern skaters. And it was cool because like the older skaters were their age today. So like they're all in their 50s and late 40s.
I kind of like that.
This game is doing the same thing, except of the confirmed skateboarders, Bam Margera is not listed.
Oh.
And that was a big deal because 3 was his first game. And he was white hot at the time.
Yeah.
But I know he's going through a lot of personal problems right now, so they probably don't want to deal with the headache.
I don't know exactly what's going on with him. I keep hearing he's like doing better, he's not, he's doing better,
it's like just back and forth. I remember when Jackass Forever came out.
Yeah, there was a lot of problems.
Yeah, so I assume he's...
I heard good things since then, but
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know him.
Also, Jirachibi on Blue Sky brought this to my attention. I don't know what the whole context of it is, but Tony Hawk 4, that game was different because it wasn't like the 2-minute time limits, and then you had to complete as many objectives as you could in 2 minutes.
Right. I think we
talked about this last week. You like select your objectives individually from like an open world map and do it like that. It was brought to my attention on the PlayStation blog. It says, skate the original parks from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, remade in 4K resolution and given streamlined goals in the 2-minute format along with some new parks to expand your skating options. Now, does that mean they redid Tony Hawk 4 to be adherent to the 2-minute format?
Ooh.
Or is that just an option? And you do have the ability to play Tony Hawk 4 the original way.
I feel like it is most likely that they made it just like 3. They like made 3, and then they were like, let's just put the levels in the 3 format.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it could easily be like they give you both options. Because the original was just free skate mode. And then like you'd skate up to a person, they tell you what to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully, because like in the later games, like did that as well. You do the open world version, and they give you like the traditional version. So, I don't know. Well, we need to wait for more information, and we'll have to wait and see when the game comes out.
So. The first tweet I saw in response to this announcement, first of all, I saw like 10 tweets in a row about Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
One of the replies I saw was, should be underground. Shut the fuck up. Like, we'll get there, man.
Yeah, clearly they're
working
towards it. Like, you don't get to underground without doing 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And they're still good games.
Yeah. Like,
I like them.
Shut up.
Yeah. Relax.
Confirmed songs include Ace of Spades by Motorhead, Amoeba by The Adolescents, Mass Appeal by Gangstar, 96 Quite Bitter Beings by CKY, Not the Same by Body Jar, and Outta Here by KRS-One.
So not all of the songs
are confirmed yet.
Okay.
But those are all songs from the original. I believe they're all from 3, but those are from the original game.
Okay.
So
great soundtrack.
Yes. Some of the best. So get going.
I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but I'm interested.
I'm going to buy it. Who the fuck am I kidding?
Well, get it on Steam then.
Okay.
Well, you have Game Pass.
I don't. My
don't.
trial lapsed.
Okay.
And I'm not renewing it because it's too much money.
Get it on.
I was going to get it on PS5 because they're... But yeah, you're right. Honestly...
That laptop, we might be done with it, so you can have a gaming PC if you want.
Honestly, I'm probably going to double dip. I'm going to get it on.
That's insane.
Bob, have you met me? I am a crazy person.
I should show you how to do I mean, I don't show. I should. It's not a showing you thing. What's it called? What are those websites? Those like key websites where they just give you a key. You say I do a podcast, and they just give you a key.
I used to do that like back in the day, like trying to get codes. I haven't done that in a while.
Just use this channel. Be like, I do a podcast. Give me a key, please.
Okay.
Or the Twitch. You could do the Twitch.
Yeah.
You could. Anyway. Nintendo announces a new Switch OLED bundle. Here you go.
Yeah, so Nintendo Switch is now 8 years old, and the company announced a Switch 2, but they're releasing a new bundle. The new bundle is a Switch OLED system with a digital copy of Super Mario Bros. Wonder and a 3-month Switch Online individual membership for $350, a savings of $67.98. So yeah, even though the Switch 2 is definitely coming out this year, you can still buy a Switch 1.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's $350.
Yeah.
Like, so you get Mario Wonder and 3 months of Switch Online for free. That's it.
Yeah.
Fine, because Mario Wonder is amazing.
Yeah, like, in fairness, like, this is a great bundle.
Yeah.
This is part of the Mario Day celebration. So, like,
yay.
if for some reason you still don't have a Switch and you're not content on waiting for a Switch 2, there you go.
Mario Day is next Monday.
Yes.
Had to make sure.
Mm-hmm. And there's other games on sale and stuff, but
that's the big deal. We haven't seen a Mario bundle or I'm sorry, a Switch bundle in a while. I don't think we see OLED bundles ever.
Wasn't Tears of the Kingdom?
It was a special edition, but I don't think it came with the game, did it?
I don't know. Now you have me second guessing.
Either way, usually we just see Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a big deal. They're trying to get rid of what they have.
Yeah, I guess.
To make room. And also, this is the red and blue Joy-Con.
Yes. Oh, yeah, the Switch, the Tears of the Kingdom was just the system. Did not come with the game.
Also, like, the OLED was pretty hot.
Yeah.
And also the game. They knew they could get away with it. There was a Mario Kart OLED bundle.
There was, yeah. There's always
Mario.
It's always Mario Kart.
That is, I think, the last news.
Yes, which means
I did not pick a tweet of the week.
Oh,
but I had a good one.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, here you go. It could be this one. I don't know why I'm linking it, but tweet of the week. It's a quote tweet. This one says, "Infant car seat full of hot dogs." And it's a picture of an infant car seat full of hot dogs. Yes. But this is a quote tweet that says, infant car seat full of hot dogs.
Oh, you did that? You did the 2003 version.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anytime I see
do the old one.
Anytime I see this meme, I automatically go to the 88.
Do the 88 one, because I'm
infant car seat full of hot dogs. Infant car seat full of hot dogs.
Okay.
That's not a criticism. I'm just like surprised because like everybody defaults to the original. Like I rarely hear people go to the 03 version.
Well, I put a little remix on it.
Yeah, it's fair. We're going to talk about Ninja Turtles for a minute. I saw some I think it was on Blue Sky said, is there an example of an 80s cartoon that got a remake or whatever in like the 2000s that is clearly better than the original, but nobody talks about it? And like the examples were the He-Man cartoon and the Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Okay.
Now, that sounds like a hot take, but if we're being honest here, all the subsequent Ninja Turtle cartoons that have come out have been better than the 87 cartoon.
Yeah, I don't think that was a good cartoon.
It was good at the time.
Yeah.
It was fine, but The 03 cartoon is better. The Nickelodeon cartoon is such a good show that I don't think people like, especially of our generation, like really took notice of. And even Rise of the TMNT was pretty good. I haven't seen Tales of Ninja Turtles on Paramount yet, but I'm sure that's also really good.
What about X-Men? Does that not count because it's 90s?
90s, yeah. But like,
I'd imagine that's the new one.
So the
People really like the new show.
The new show is excellent. The 90s cartoon, like the stories are good. The animation is bad.
Okay.
But like the stories are there. So.
All right. Now we're gonna talk to you guys.
Yes, let's start with people who left comments on last week's WULFF DEN podcast over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/WULFF DEN podcast.
We got Sin, who says not knowing Marvel Rivals was gonna be huge just off the IP is crazy. That's like saying GTA 6 isn't gonna do anything. What are you fucking talking about?
We were talking about last week. The CEO of NetEase wanted to scrap Marvel Rivals and make it a generic.
No, I remember what we were talking about.
Yeah.
There was no telling Marvel Rivals was going to be a huge hit.
Because
Marvel, just because you're slapping Marvel on it, doesn't mean it's going to be a huge hit.
Marvel Rivals, if we're being honest, is in the same camp as like the mobile games like Clash of Champions and Conquest and like all that stuff.
Well, if you're going to say that, then you have to bring up Marvel Snap, which was also a huge success.
But like, not in the same, I would say not at the level of what Marvel Rivals is now.
Yeah.
Like Marvel Rivals, I think, is a step above what those games were.
Yeah, no, it's much bigger than even
yeah,
that.
So like successful, yes, but like as successful as it is, no, there's no predicting of that. Also, too, let's not forget, like, you know, licensed games like this come out all the time and they are not successful. Suicide Squad.
Also, it's a hero shooter. Like, we're done with those, aren't we?
Yeah, like the hero shooter was over apparently, but here comes Marvel Rivals.
I mean, we did have. I mean, I'm looking up Marvel games because they're not all like big blockbusters.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man 2, big blockbuster.
Right.
Midnight Suns, no. Marvel Snap, yes.
Midnight Suns is a well-liked game, but did not set the world on fire.
Guardians of the Galaxy did all right.
Yeah.
Future Revolution, I don't even know what that is. Miles Morales, that did pretty good.
Yeah.
Realm of Champions, the Avengers game.
Oh yeah, don't forget about that one.
Iron Man VR, Marvel Duel, don't know what that is. Look, there's a lot, and they're not all hits. So just for the fact of putting Marvel attached to a hero shooter doesn't, like, I was like, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
A live service hero shooter Marvel game, no shot.
Yeah.
But we were wrong. It's great. I play it almost every day.
Yeah, I played it. I enjoyed it. Not my cup of tea, but you know what? I get it.
I played a little bit on the MSI Claw last night. I played a quick play real quick. Realized my right stick in didn't work, so I couldn't alt the whole game. I got into a quick play match in overtime, had 30 seconds left, didn't even make it to the point, killed nobody, got no points, and the game ended.
Right.
Anyway, where am I? The Crab says there has been more than a few stories about people are turning to retro games to get away from live services and to play different games. Good.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
I think that's why we're seeing so many retro handhelds now, because of stuff like that. Because, games were simpler back then, and people want simplicity more than anything.
I don't know what it's like to be... I don't know what it's like for the younger generation to get into games, because if I was in high school right now, what am I playing? Like Fortnite
and Roblox and
Valorant and shit?
Yeah, but like...
where does it go from there? Like when we were at that age, there were multiplayer games that we would play,
but there was variety.
Yeah, and there was when a new game would come out, it would be the talk of town and stuff. It was huge, but now people are playing the same stuff over and over again. So I could see a world where younger generations are dipping even further into the backlog.
Yeah,
to play some older stuff. To get more of a taste of.
I'm showing my daughter now because she's taking an interest in games. I'm showing her older games, but like, I don't know what's gonna happen when like she goes to school and like the kids are actually playing games. If she's gonna want to play, she's gonna want to play the games that her friends are playing. Yeah. I don't know if she's gonna want to play like Sonic the Hedgehog or Spider-Man 2 and just have Spider-Man swim.
That's fine too, but also we dipped into previous generation media as well. Like we were still interested in that.
Well,
stuff.
but no, we'll always do that. But like the primary focus, like going forward, is always going to be like what's modern.
There are kids now listening to like post-hardcore and stuff, and like getting into like old, like early 2000s like bands because there's no bands anymore.
Yeah, my kids actively wanted to watch Superman, wanted like the original Superman movies. Like they wanted to watch it.
Were they interested when it was on?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially like in the beginning, like my son was like actually like excited for it and stuff.
Okay.
Which is weird because like Superman 1, like classic movie, no notes. Really kind of a slog at certain point.
Yeah,
like there's
a lot of old movies are slogs.
So, but yeah, they got it.
Pike Plays Games says, just bought one of the Wolf Den coffee mugs for my dad's birthday because he has, I feel like I read this already. He has worked in the coffee industry for the last 20 plus years, and I have a feeling he will love it. I feel like I read that already, but thank you. I think you said it in a live stream or something. And my response was, that is awesome. Thank you. I hope he doesn't shit on it because he knows a lot about coffee. Charlie Fenn says, Will's impression of an NPC in Tony Hawk 4 brought back memories I didn't know I had. Gotta say, it may have been annoying at times, but you've made me want to revisit that carnival level again.
Just doing what I can, man.
I don't remember the carnival level.
I remember the carnival level. Not one of the better levels. But I've always wanted to do that in real life, like, because, I used to hang out with skater
person.
I'd just, like, bring letters and just throw them around, like, town.
That would be a good Mega 64 bit.
That would be a good
Go to a skate park with a whole bunch of letters and go, hey, somebody get the letters.
Do it in one combo. And I'll have the combo letters, too.
Hey, kid, come here.
Yeah.
Can you do a kickflip over that bum?
Hey, I need you to get that videotape. What's a videotape? Just get it.
I don't remember this level.
I remember this. Yeah, I remember this level.
I beat this game.
Yeah,
sure. All right, the little merry-go-round thing is hitting me.
Well, if they do more than just the one vert pipe.
All right, well, they got every little game is here.
Yeah,
I remember it.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember it now.
There you go.
Anyway, the Playground says, do you look at the comments on the streamed podcast or this trimmed podcast? No, none. Now we're in the chat.
Yes, talking to you people live.
Do we have notification? No. Will, thoughts on the tariffs affecting comic book prices?
Oh,
we've talked about it.
We brought it up. That's gonna suck. That's gonna be bad. I mostly read digitally now, and I know that's gonna go up because they want to keep parity with, the brick and mortar stores.
If they can get away with raising the prices, they're going
to get away.
We saw
with
that
prices.
with COVID.
They
raised the prices on everything, and then they never went down.
Yeah. So yeah, it sucks, and I know like a lot of people are now going to like cut back on books more than they already do, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
I did see an article about, and we've talked about it already, about how physical games are gonna.
Because they're all printed in Mexico.
Yeah. Sir Griffith, sir, in the chat says, "Did you guys catch the news about Steam reaching another milestone of 40 million concurrent users? That's fucking insane. Another 40 million? Estimated 180 plus million monthly active users.
It's hard to keep up with all these milestones. Like, come on, man."
Yeah, they're amazing. Billabong, links for the Prime subscription. Will, hey Bob, are you excited for Daredevil?
Yes, I actually never finished the original Netflix show, so I should probably do that. But yes, I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see how my boy Maddie's doing.
Marvel Power United is a VR game that existed for like a week. Marvel doesn't equal. That's what.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, people are responding to what do kids play these days?
Yeah.
Looks like Fortnite and Roblox.
Yeah.
There is a Roblox like sponsorship that they keep trying to sell on Twitch, where you just have to play Roblox, and then they give you money.
Yeah.
And I'd love to play the Sonic level.
Yeah.
I
wanted to play the Sonic levels in that Lego Dimensions game that came out.
They look good.
Yeah.
I think I saw Jackson play the Sonic levels in Roblox as Donkey Kong. So he was Donkey Kong playing. It was Sonic Heroes theme. So he had Tails and Knuckles, and then Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Flooring it in a Sonic Heroes style thing. Fortnite, Roblox, and Madden is exactly all my 13 and 17-year-old nephews.
Yeah, I mean, like
when we were kids, there were also a lot of kids that only played Call of Duty and Madden and FIFA.
And like GTA, that was like,
and GTA and like Halo.
Yeah.
So like I understand that.
There's always like the mainstream games, like the quote unquote normie games, but like there was still, the wide variety of games that were out there.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, like, we had our own little crew of people that would play that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that exists, if there's kids that do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to,
if it exists as much as it did when we
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Because, like, back then, like, yeah, we all played Halo, but we also played Time Splitters. We played Prince of Persia. We played The Warriors. We played all these, like, other little, like, niche games. I don't know if, like, those kids are doing that.
Yeah. This is giving me Temu sponsorship vibes. What are you talking about? Roblox? Bob, can you please explain this to me? Official Nintendo multiplayer games can now have proximity chat. Oh, they probably have a patent. This is from the Nintendo Switch 2 subreddit. This is a patent of some kind. Computer readable, non-transitory storage medium having game programs stored therein, game apparatus, game system, and game processing method. That is the title.
Okay.
When a condition related to a change in a position of a virtual microphone in a virtual space is satisfied, a residual virtual microphone is placed at a position of the virtual microphone before the change. Okay, it's proximity chat.
Yeah.
Is this a patent? Because games have it. There's a lot of games that have proximity chat.
Yeah. So, like, what's specific to the Switch that makes this patentable?
Yeah. That's really weird.
Yeah.
But that gives us hope that there will be voice chat at all on the Switch 2.
I'm planning to put together an idiot-proof preloaded retro handheld for my younger nephew. He's 6 years old. Any recommendations?
RG 35XX of any kind.
Yeah.
Except for the original. You got to get a plus or
an SP
or any.
Yeah.
RG 35XX with something after it. And that's it. And then it'll come and it'll have games on it and you're fine.
If you want to, like, recommendations for games, I would say keep it to, like, side scrollers for now. Your classic Marios, your classic Sonics.
I would recommend deleting most of the library on there because it comes with a lot of garbage. And if I was a child, I would be clicking around and probably playing bad games.
Yeah.
So I would limit the library. There's a kids mode in the firmware, in custom firmwares. If you want to put custom firmware on it, I would recommend MUOS for most. No, not MU. I'm sorry, MinUI. It's very, very minimal, and that's pretty good. So unrelated to anything anyone is talking about, I think the C button on the Switch 2 is going to be a touchpad to use for mouse input. That would be cool. So
cool.
Like the Lenovo Legion Go S,
Yeah.
or like an IBM nipple.
Yeah, like a real. There's like it's very small though.
Yeah, it is on the Lenovo Legion Go S. I mean, it's smaller than
Yeah.
that, but yeah, it's already pretty small. But yeah, it would be like the nipple.
Yeah.
And honestly, the one on the Legion Go S is not bad. It works fine.
Okay.
I use that more than I use the touchpad on the original Legion Go, which is bigger.
Mm-hmm.
The what? I said nipple. All right. Anything else? If it starts with WO, the document number is not a patent, is an international patent application. I don't have any information here. I don't see WO anywhere. Application number 18940977. That is 18940977. Damn, I'm late. Can you boys start over? No. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for chatting with us. As always, the Wolf Den Podcast is every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/WolfDen and youtube.com/WolfDen Podcast. If you can't make the show for any reason at all, we always put the archive version over up on youtube.com/WolfDen Podcast, so you can go and check us out over there on demand whenever you want. But if you prefer to listen to us rather than watch us, then you can do that as well, because we're also an audio podcast on any and every podcast service, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts, Audible.com, Pocket Casts. The list goes on. But no matter where you get the show from, folks, please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review us, because that helps us with placement on all those respective platforms.
I'm not putting up a video on the main channel this week because I don't have a sponsor and I want to do other things. But there will be something, and I'll have one next week, and that's all I gotta say about it. I'll probably be live on Thursday though, doing something. Who knows? Thanks for hanging out. Go watch AJ. Goodbye.
Bye.
Got the button. Hey, I found it.
All right.